Hey you! Have you ever procrastinated and given your assignments late? That's because
you're doing it wrong.
Which means that you have a huge dishonor on you and dishonor on your cow. But don't worry, the Salty family did not forget you. Made specifically for grains who are doing it wrong, we are now offering merch. This design has everything from your cow being dishonored, a little salt-shaped grain, and our motto, you're doing it wrong. Comes in t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs, and stickers. Limited edition merch only available until April 20th.
Cause when you're a grain, you come in like a hurricane.
Hey grains, today I'm going to be reviewing a new upcoming craft kit on the market that is going to be competing with the new ones that are already out there. This one is called Kawaii Craft Kits, and in essence, it is very similar, from what I understood on the website, to the Sophie and Toffee craft subscription box. Since Sophie and Toffee is a very well-known company, this has a lot of expectations to overcome. Just to be very clear, this was sent to me, and Liz, the person who created Kawaii Craft Kits, who is also a grain, asked me to give my honest opinion with pros and cons. So part of me feels really bad for doing this, but at the same time, I know that they want to grow their company, so someone who's used to craft kits, subscription boxes, can only help her grow. So first things first, the L's box from Sophie and Toffee is $35 US and shipping is free worldwide. And for Kawaii Crafts, it is the same price and shipping is free in the US. But as of now, they only offer shipping to the US, Canada, and Australia. The first thing I noticed when I look at this box is that we don't have an impression or an idea of what month it is from the outside. The sticker and the kitty cat are just absolutely adorable, but even though I know that on the inside we will most likely be told what month it is, I feel it would be really neat where it says Kawaii Craft Kits to probably have the month maybe printed right on top of it, and I feel that's also applicable to Sophie and Toffee. This week's shoutouts go to a few of you grains that have been drawing my little barred dragon sculpture from last week's thrift store makeover, and they go to Clown Grin, Mew Mouse, X Skylar Star X, and Virai Choche. I hope I'm saying it right. If you want to shout out in my Friday videos, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below within the first 45 minutes of your video's release, or hashtag NerdyCrafter on Instagram or Twitter anytime with any of your creations. Normally I take quite a few comments, but this time I wanted to feature our Dragon Bard boy. Time to see what we get inside. So since this kit is supposed to be competing with the Sophie and Toffee box, it should be appealing to people who do both clay and or resin. Other than that, I'm not sure what's inside, but let's see, maybe I'm completely wrong. And oh, that is so pretty. Oh, that is really pretty packaging. Okay, so we get a cute little pin. So this here is the February 2019 box, and we get a little message from Liz. They try to include things for beginners and experienced resin. Here are the list of materials. Holy moly, that looks like a lot of stuff. Let's take a moment to appreciate the little sakura ribbon. Very cute. Very, very cute. Okay. This is exciting because the only other craft kits I've tried are Sophie and Toffee and a couple of other ones, but the other ones fell pretty short right off the bat. This has got some good potential. I haven't looked inside yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, so before we look at the material, the other piece of advice I can give on this little card booklet thing is that it should be listed a lot more clearly the different kind of social media I can go to find resources to use this. So definitely, Liz, if you have an Instagram or YouTube, it should be clearly listed with the logos somewhere on there.
Okay, with that said, I'm so excited. There's so many things.
Too excited. Holy moly. The first thing that caught my attention is this set of UV resin. We're getting a lot of little UV resin containers. And as you can see, each one of them has the Kawaii Craft Kits logo on top, and they are about 10 grams. The packaging is pretty good. It's sealed. It will not break. It will not break. Bonus points if you know that reference. And if you do, I don't know what this is, but it's down there now. So the colors we get are clear, semi-clear purple, blue, pink, green, and black. Another thing to note is that the labels in the back do want to come off over here. So if I were you, try to put clear tape around it so that you don't lose the label and then you're not sure what color's inside. We also get a UV flashlight that requires 3 AAA batteries, not included, 2 absolutely beautiful wind chime bezels, a shaker charm with 2 plastics, mixing cup and stirry tools. These are really pretty. some acrylic bezels that you have to remove the film right on top so that they're protected. We have 2 bunnies, dove, and 2 kitty cats. Embellishments to decorate your bezels. These are really pretty backgrounds that you can use for your resin pieces. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. We'll do a little craft with it so that you can see what I'm talking about. And we also get some decorative pieces that we can put on our finished product, on our finished design. And last but not least, she included some tape for your projects. That is pretty thoughtful. Usually you have to supply your own tape. This is very appreciated. And let's just take a couple of seconds to appreciate that everything came in absolutely gorgeous baggy or sealable bags. That is golden, very golden. My first impression opening this box immediately is that it is good value. I feel like there's enough here to do quite a few projects, definitely pretty high playability. These kits are not for kids. So make sure that you are very aware of this. These are not for children. Children should not be playing with resin. So with everything here, I am pretty pleased with the contents of the package. My only concern is if I were a beginner, I would really have a hard time knowing where to start. And that's where I think Sophie and Toffee has the upper hand in terms of videos. So they have video tutorials that they can guide people in order to help them know how to use this material. As someone who's experienced, I know exactly what to do. But given instructions like this, I feel like a lot of steps are probably not explained in depth enough for those who are beginners. So my advice is probably to have a second source where people can reach out to find information and resources. Especially if someone doesn't know what the word cure means, it would be helpful to say shine your UV light for X amount of seconds, more or less. I think that kind of language would be the best kind in order to teach someone a new skill. One of the things that I like on this little booklet paper thing is that the colors used are the colors included. So if you're not sure, you can definitely mimic it and you can get you can get an idea of the variety of can't speak today, cannot do it. So let's try and make a wind chime bezel. Let's do one together. The first thing the instruction said is to take one of the tape. No! That is included. Oh my god, let's gentle. We'll put it face up. Oh, I see a little problem here. Hang on. We're gonna have to do these in 2 separate steps. One of the things I noticed is that it says for information how to use, visit the website. But if we look really quickly on the website, the menu doesn't seem to want to stay popped up for very long. But all we see is subscribe, about, cart, and log in. So there's no resource of how to use it. So I think the website needs to make sure that it keeps up to date with the items in the box. It's a lot of work. I know. I'm just giving feedback. I appreciate everything. I just want to make sure that the feedback is so that the person can improve. Another thing I'm very well aware of is that this kind of bottle, when it comes to the UV resin, has a really small nozzle. So when you're trying to squeeze it, it does take a long time and it's very unpleasant to squeeze with your hands, so it does hurt. I know a lot of other places have started replacing these nozzles, to make them just a little bigger so that you don't have to squeeze the life force out of your hand. All right, let's make our little bezel. As I started pouring the black resin, I am wrong. I repeat, I am wrong. The resin came out so smoothly with barely any kind of pressure, and that to me was really pleasant. The reason I wanted a black background is so that I want to make all the other colors pop out even more. I love harsh colors contrasting to softer colors because it's kind of playful in its own way. Oh no. Alright, so it seems we've encountered an issue. Let me just double check if the instructions mention it. Alright, it doesn't. So what I just realized is as I'm removing the tape, you can see it's starting to spill in the back. So it cured on top, but the back part didn't. So the best way to remedy that is to turn it around and cure it from the back. So let's see if that tape will allow us to do the UV light across.
My hat is in the way.
Generally, that should be enough, and we shouldn't get any more spillage in the back. I don't think so. I am so scared right now. Hang on. Yeah, that is not fully cured. Let me remove this without making a mess everywhere. Nerdy intermission. So once I removed the tape, I added just a little bit more of the black because it seemed to have come off in quite a few bits. And then a clear resin right on top. There was some spillage. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. And even if I did, I think I would have been too worried to flip it over and check where. So some bits are...
They have contamination.
I have a feeling that the black opaque resin is so opaque that it probably is not accepting for the UV light to pass through. But we're going to find out as soon as I finish this gradient and I put a little tip of black. So as I'm removing the tape, we have our answer. The culprit that is not curing is the black. For some reason, it just does not want to cure like the other colors. And so, we're gonna make it cure. I love this project. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love the fan. I love the colors. I wish there was slightly a little more pigment on these colors. The blue really does feel like it stands out a lot more. But then where the fan is, it looks slightly more green. So I wish the semi was just slightly more on the semi side of color than clear. So it feels like 3/4 clear and 1/4 color. The black definitely gave us some issues because it just didn't want to cure from the back. So be very careful when you're removing the tape because you have to cure the back. It might be possible that you have to cure it for longer, but we'll have to test that out on something else. All right, time to open another box and see the consistency in terms of the theme and how it's done. I'm going to hope that I can open a later box to see if there are any changes with this. Remember, Sophie and Toffee has been doing this for years. This company only just started, I think, 3 months ago. So there's plenty of room for improvement. But at the same time, this box has a pretty solid base. Let's open another one because she sent me 3. So I'm hoping this is the newest box. That way we can see if there's a consistency with the theme and if some of the stuff that I hoped would have been better are better. See how my mind works? Smart cookie, very smart. Same thing again, we get super cute stickers and just super cute. You want to find me? Come on, let's do it. And we get oh, that looks like a sweet theme. Oh, and this time it's a booklet. Yes. Okay. Oh, this is the January one. Interesting. So here are the items we get inside. Oh my god, what is it? Looks like toothpaste from far. I have no idea what this is. Sticks. These are all new materials to me. I am not familiar with any of this stuff. I have to say, this is pretty exciting. This is a Tamiya product, which is a Japanese I love Japanese products. I know Tamiya because of their paints for figurines. I have no idea what any of this stuff is. No way, is that a Tamiya paint? Oh, I just got goosebumps. That is really cool. So dessert topping master, powdered sugar. This here is top quality. Tamiya stuff is not cheap. So the fact that we're getting a few of these in the box has got me really excited. Let's find out what they are. We get 3 different kinds of clay. We have the air dry Cosmo clay. I am pressing it here. I don't want to take it out before it gets ruined. So it's soft but firm at the same time. So you know what? I'm just going to open it. And we also get 2 other ones that look like toothpaste, which is really cool. And again, all of these items are Japanese items. We get it in pink as well as in a kind of peanut butter color. That is super interesting. The clay in the Cosmo also comes wrapped like the Grace clay, kind of like sausage. I've seen this kind of wrapping in sausage in the US. Let's test it out. Smells like glue. And as I did mention, it is quite firm, but at the same time, it's soft. So you can get a lot of detail with this kind of texture because usually air dry clay is pretty soft, but this here, you can get some really good texture. I mean, detail. Kind of like polymer clay. And then we get a little baggie of both chocolate sprinkles and candied sprinkles. Keychain things, eye pins, and a shading tool. The shading tool is obviously made for this Tamiya kit. My brother is going to want to take this from me because these colors are also perfect for making rust kind of texture. If you like to see miniature dioramas, I'll leave my brother's Instagram in the description box below. He is so talented. He makes the most amazing tiny dioramas. And he does like toy humor. So if you have a gutter brain, you're okay there too. Again, Tamiya, I mean, again, this is so exciting. And then a powdered sugar, which I'm not sure how different. Oh, what? I think it may have dried. This one seems to have been either opened or too much air went inside. Let's poke it. Okay, no, the frosting is still there. There we go. So the frosting texture is texture is still there. I'm just not sure how much of it evaporated. I don't know. Smells like glue. Everything smells like glue. Do I have a cold? So it's still good. It's not bad. It's still good. And then we have a tiny deco cream with there's a nozzle on the inside, so you have to open it to pull it out. That is really neat. One of the other things that's really hard for some subscription boxes to do is be able to ship the cream in a good condition. It's still soft, so you're definitely okay. And what's that? Let me get a little cake stand. It's so cute. Stop killing me with cuteness. That is adorable. That is really very, very tiny. Very tiny. So my overall impression with this box is I love the variety you're getting for everything. So even though we have the powdered sugar in here, you can also still decorate with the frosting. We're getting a variety of different kinds of air dry clay. That way you get to kind of feel different brands and know which one you like most. A lot of things are Tamiya. I'm like, pretty impressed. Good job, Liz. So my overall impression on this is that I absolutely love this box so much. My only thing is I probably would have preferred a different colored master topping as opposed to just two whites. Maybe a pink or a chocolate would have worked to have a variety of desserts, since most common desserts come in pink, brown, or white. All right, so this one I believe should be the March box. Why am I waving this at you? What did you do wrong? Talk to me. What did you do? What did you do that I should know about? All right, so let's check out this last box and see how it is. I feel like there was definitely an improvement in terms of like a cohesive theme from January to February. Even though there was a sweets, I feel like the variety of the February box seemed a little more complete. So this box here is definitely much thicker than the previous two, so I'm really excited to see what we get inside. It's definitely way bigger. I mean, look at that. Do you Grains hoard boxes? Because I do. Take that. Why do I have so many boxes? I'm so squeaky right now. Okay, I don't see a card just yet. Oh wow, that is a big bottle. Okay, let me take everything out first and then let's look at them together. So here's what we get inside. A huge resin bottle. This one is definitely, it's one of the biggest bottles I've gotten in the longest time. An absolutely adorable pin. Normally, I was about to just say pins are not really necessary because I find Akibento and Loot Crate, they always give pins in their boxes and I tend to just lose them. But when it comes to this kind of art, that is really gorgeous because it doesn't say a company name, it's just art. So that I would keep. And oh my god, I have one of these. I have a blue one, and these are my favorite UV LED lamps for curing resin. So instead of your resin waiting on the windowsill for half an hour, 40 minutes, it can take anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes to harden. So these are great. I love these. Is this one electric? Yes. Yes, it is. I hate using batteries, so if I can just use electricity so that I don't make more waste, yes. I'm gonna give this to my brother because I have one, and he's been asking me for one. So. And then we get two containers. We have a half bamboo and a block. I am super excited about this because here's the next item, decoration stickers. So we have leaves, different kinds of goldfish and koi, more different kinds of plants, and there really is a huge variety of different kind of fish. So if you're not sure what you could do with this, is you're pretty much creating an environment of fish inside any of these wooden compartments. This box has so much potential. My biggest worry is we didn't get a little card or an instructional sheet or anything else. So if someone is a beginner and not quite sure how to use any of this stuff, they might feel lost. So I would highly recommend to include most definitely all the time a little booklet or a little card with a direct link or a QR code that will bring people to a tutorial or at least some kind of visual to know what the end project could look like so they can get inspired from. It's not a very long craft, so I feel like something like this I can definitely do during a live stream, which I'm going to save for a live stream with you Grains. It's so funny because I feel like the Sophie and Toffee and the Kawaii craft kits have a similar feel, but they have a completely different vibe. It's really hard to kind of pinpoint it, but if you were to give me two boxes with no labels on them, I would be able to easily tell you which one is the Sophie and Toffee and which one is the Kawaii craft ones. So even though the materials are quite similar, the ideas, the vibe, they're so different. Good news for you Grains, I will be also reviewing a Sophie and Toffee box next week. So you'll be able to directly compare them if you want, but I honestly feel like they are two completely different boxes, and you just have to find which one suits your kind of vibe. So here's my feedback on things I would love for them to be fixed on the Kawaii Craft box. The first one, I would love to see links to visuals written on the cards. I feel like nowadays written instructions are kind of obsolete. Everyone just wants to see how things are done as opposed to read about them. I know I am personally a visual learner. The second thing, the December box, which is the one with the boxes and the fish, that one was lacking a paper. That's where the third thing comes in place, is a completed website. The website at this point is still not complete. So let's say, for example, you forgot or by accident one of the boxes didn't get a paper. This is where people can feel confident to just hop on and be able to access those papers. Maybe a PDF somewhere that people can access in case that happens. That saves you time. And the fourth thing is social media clearly listed. At some point it does say on my YouTube channel, but as someone who's not necessarily familiar, might not know what the YouTube channel is. So where the items are listed, there should be all the social media as well. What I liked about this kit, the projects seem very well thought of. You do get a sense of cohesion, that things work together, so that I really appreciated. Next, the kits are really complete within themselves. You don't have to run around, go find something else, and then be like, oh, you know, I need to find gems or findings or anything like that. They really do come so that you have one sitting and you can enjoy the whole craft in the box itself. My only worry with that is that you can't always include UV light all the time, so that's something to consider because not everyone's going to start from the beginning of when craft kits started. So if any items are missing for a specific project, maybe supplement on how they can get it to work without a project or a missing item. So for example, for UV resin, they can put it on a windowsill. And lastly, the items are so generous in size. We're getting complete pieces, not just tiny pieces of something, except for the cream. But then again, you're getting all these different Tamiya products that are complete within themselves. So that is a bonus. So Liz from Kawaii Craft Kits, I am definitely very happy with your box. I didn't know what to expect. So when you sent those to me, I was really hoping that I would be happy with them, and I actually am happy with them, which is rare. Salty Crafter is usually not that happy. So if you grains want more information, I'll leave them all in the description box below. And if you want to wait also to see my review of the new Sophie and Toffee premium boxes, that will be next week. So you'll be able to see 2 different boxes, 2 different craft kits from 2 different companies. Thank you so much for watching my little grains. If you want to watch a salty video, check it out up here. And if you want to watch a crafty video, make sure you check down here. I'm definitely going to be doing some live streams with some of these things because they don't take time and they're fun and easygoing too. Until then, I will see you in the next video.